Hello, we're going to talk about systemic racism in housing.
Housing discrimination is denying someone or treating them unfairly when renting or purchasing a home in a certain area or neighborhood because of something like race, sexual orientation, national origin, disability, and others.
Wow.
Thank you. The origin of this injustice stemmed mainly around the times of the 1940s and 50s when the federal government created several policies that basically segregated many large metropolitan areas. The Federal Housing Administration, for example, was one of the main perpetrators of this segregation. This agency had a lot of influence over where people bought homes, especially African Americans. In some of the research found, we came across the example of the development of Levittown, which was a neighborhood in the east of New York City. The developers of this neighborhood would not have been able to fund this project, so the FHA stepped in to help under the conditions that no homes be sold to African Americans or resold to them. And this is just one example of systemic racism in housing because neighborhoods with similar stories were built all over the country at that time, originating this injustice.
The graph below shows the average family wealth by race/ethnicity. And this injustice feeds into other unjust systems because once the housing industry goes down, it is viewed as a community of minorities, and that goes hand in hand with the disadvantages minorities have in society. Since it is viewed as a lower income/higher crime neighborhood, businesses don't want to go in there, and transportation lines don't expand there either. And then that does not help the economy there.
This injustice negatively affects the rest of us by the segregation in housing creates less social and economic mobility in those areas of segregated housing. These economic barriers leave people in poverty and don't allow them to move up in the world. This leads to people being stuck in the poverty cycle and not being able to increase their economic standings, leaving the neighborhoods continually poor and people in those neighborhoods less chance to increase their economic standings. These areas often have lower education and they don't have the resources to create a higher education for the children in these neighborhoods, so they are the ones that are most affected. An organization that is located in Chicago that directly helps this that helps segregated housing is Deborah's Place. This organization was founded in 1985 by a group of women who wanted to help women get out of homelessness and into housing. After 30 years, they have helped over 4,000 women from homelessness to housed. Their mission statement is opening doors of opportunity. This organization has 3 apartments around Chicago that offer permanent housing to homeless women, specifically with severe mental illness, who have been chronically homeless. The main goal of Deborah's House is to provide these women with services that will help them heal and to help them set and achieve goals. This will further help them and help them expand their life from homelessness. Systemic racism.
Yes, it's really a thing.